જે કોનું છે પ્રેઝન્ટેશન?
Yeah, apart from me, I don't know who's doing it today, actually.
તો પૂછ લઈએ જેનું રેડી હોય એ સ્ટાર્ટ કરી દે.
Oh, Sachi, you can start. Maru, I left my laptop and I have some IT issues with my laptop, so I can't do it today.
Okay. Let me go ahead and make sure I'm sharing the right screen. Are you seeing the slides or the presenter view?
I'm seeing a slide.
Okay.
So let me spotlight for everyone.
I'm just sending a message to somebody because there's an exam, so let's make sure she's available. Just 1 second.
Sachi, you may have to speak up.
Oh, is it
It's not, you're speaking loud enough, but I think it's not coming through.
Hold on a sec till Samiji comes because it's an exam. She'll probably want to score it. Hang on 1 second. Don't start yet.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now or is it still the same?
Yes. No, we are hearing you loud and clear.
Perfect.
They're just finishing, but they come a little late. She'll join in a few minutes.
Okay, sounds good. So should we wait till somebody joins?
Yeah. Wait, we can chit chat. We can crack jokes, but just wait a couple of minutes.
So
Or
how's
if you want to do
everyone?
the practice, you can do it. Okay, don't worry about it. And then you can start your presentations again.
Or we could all just chit chat. I'm okay with
Okay.
that.
Who else is doing it today? Just you, right? Because I can't do it.
I think just me.
Okay.
Unless anyone else is ready and would also want to go today.
So you go extra time, so you can do S slowly and S.
Oh.
And make it more colorful.
There's more color on the later slides because it is,
No, I'm saying take more time and make it
Oh.
more and colorful.
Oh, okay. I meant literally colorful.
No, because
Hello.
Devendra Bhai said more time.
Okay, so now today Sachi is presenting.
Ji Samiji.
So yeah, now Sachi can start her presentation.
Okay, so Jaden and everyone. So today I will be going over the meditation of perception of psychic colors, the spiritual behind it, the psychological, some research related to it, and the application of the meditation itself. So I apologize. There we go. Before we get into it, a quick overview of what is the psychic colors, which is also known in the Jain scriptures as technically as Leshya. So they're defined as rays of consciousness that and an electrical body that in turn constitutes each individual's aura, and they kind of come in two different stages. In the first stage, the electromagnetic wave emanates from what is the subtle body and flows through the gross body to affect the outer bioelectric body. And then also it has an effect on the emotions via secretions of certain secretions in various glands in the body, which affect our emotions and our aura. And the color of that aura depends on what proportion of each of the 6 leshyas we have present. So in theory, the leshyas serve as a bridge and operating in a field of action existing on a border that divide the gross physical body from the subtle, the karmic sharir, the body that has the micro body with the contaminating matter, as it's discussed. There are 6 leshyas, 3 that are known as the malevolent leshyas, the Krishna leshya, Neel leshya, and Kapur leshya, and 3 that are known as the benevolent leshyas, the Tejas leshya, the Padma leshya, and the Shukla leshya. This chart kind of tells you the colors and kind of the effects when that leshya is more prominent in the body, if that's the aura that's prominent. So when you're when the malevolent leshyas are prominent, you have tendencies towards cruelty, hate, jealousy, irrational fear, and they say that those dark compelling forces are so powerful that your mind loses the ability of speech and action, and it falls victim to those instincts. Whereas the bottom 3, the benevolent leshyas, when you're under the influence of those, and those are the more prominent ones in your aura, it leads to tendencies that are purified and transmuted into compassion, love, and fearlessness. So what is the spiritual basis of the leshyas? Like I mentioned earlier, so you have that pure soul in the center that has the karmic layer, and then the soul goes through that layer and has the impurity of the karma, and then it goes through the bioelectric body, and then you have the total leshya. So now leshya in general allows for the analysis of conflict between good and evil actions. So humans, when you try to do good and have change, sometimes you can't, it's not sustainable change, and that is because of the limitation of willpower. It's not sufficient due to there is a subconscious effect. Even when humans want to be good and change those habits, that resolution sometimes fails, and that begs the question of why is that? Why does one fluctuate between those two behaviors, and why does self-control fail? and it's because of the Leisha and the power of it and the power dynamic that it leads to. So the subconscious effect is that repressed impulses will go underground into the subconscious brain, but then they will later fester, and that festeration is what leads to the failure. So despite any earnest self-control or desire to change bad habits, sometimes those resolves fail. And this power dynamic, that's why it's so powerful that the ruler of the soul is unable to act independently, and the Leisha impacts it. So whether it's the malevolent or the benevolent Leishas that are the main controlling factors that will affect the outcome. Now on to, since this is for a meditation of the psychic colors with the Leishias, there are also, with psychic colors, there's a different psychology that affects each of the colors. Red is said to invigorate the body, oh no. I'm sorry, my computer screen blacked out for a second. Invigorates the body, it stimulates energy and vitality, it activates the nervous system. I apologize for the typo. And it's said to stimulate specifically the right side of your brain. Orange boosts mood and creativity. It's said to affect your breath and stimulate your thyroid. There was a study done that showed that when there's high vibrations of this color specifically, it opens up congestion any present in the lungs, which I thought was kind of interesting. Yellow is a very bright, joyous color. It produces joy, it revitalizes the cells, it produces magnetic energy, and it helps with digestion. Green is most commonly known to relieve stress, reduce blood pressure, also activates the pituitary gland. It can also balance the body and mind. Blue calms the mind. It also has sedative properties, so it's often used for individuals who would have insomnia or other sleeping disorders. Violet or purple enhances intuition and spirituality, and it supports mental balance. And white is a symbol of peace, purity, salvation. It's the highest degree of emotion, and it helps reduce lots of negative emotions. There's lots of studies that have been done on mood and emotions, and they have shown that colors can influence stress, mood, and your emotional state. And certain combinations of exposure to colors can produce short-term relaxation effects. Surveys have shown that overall green and blue make people feel calmer, and green, blue, and yellow overall have the feeling make people feel better and happier in general. And what this likely means is the effect of the colors is due to color psychology. It can also be due to personal associations individuals may have with specific colors, and also, oh, I'm sorry, I was doing this. Cultural influences that certain colors may have on people. So next is the research behind the colors, and I wanted to kind of split this up into two different types of research that was done. There was some research done on Leisha Dian specifically. Hold on one second. I'm sorry, my computer it keeps turning off and doing this. I'm so sorry. What does it do? Why are the slides? One second. What screen is sharing right now? Oh, the screen share stopped. Hold on one second.
You are muted, Shachi.
I'm so sorry, Summerji. My computer is acting up, and I was trying to see if my brother can help me. 1 second. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry, Summerji. I don't know why my on my view, my screen keeps going black at certain points.
Just reboot it and try again. We got time.
Okay, let me. I will be right back then. I'm sorry, I'm gonna leave and then rejoin real quickly.
Must be an electronics bad day because I couldn't get 3 of my laptops at home to work, and my main one is at work. I spent the hour, and then nothing would work. So I said, you know what, I'll do it tomorrow. Poor Sachi is having the same problem in a different way.
Devendra Bhai is not presenting today.
No, he forgot his laptop at the office, so he will be doing tomorrow.
Anybody else is ready?
No, my laptop is got some IT issues, so they still working on it at work. So couldn't even transfer it to my other.
If PPT is ready, then you can share with us and we can share.
No, it's actually in the laptop, so I couldn't access
Okay.
it to even forward it. Otherwise, I would have done it on my phone, but I don't actually have it on my
Okay.
phone either.
I can try doing my Samniji today. I don't know if I can share my Google Slides on here from my iPad
Okay.
since I'm up. Is it possible to share Google Slides from my
Yeah,
iPad?
same way.
Yes. Yeah,
Same
you
way.
can do it the same way.
Okay. So when Sachi's done, I can do my presentation. I'm ready.
Yes.
Okay, when you start yours, it'll fetch you time to figure out what's going on. I don't think it matters.
Okay. In the middle of hers? She's in the middle of hers.
Yeah,
Isn't
she can start again. She can start again.
Okay. Okay, let me see how I can share my.
Sachi
Okay.
just joined. Naina, Sachi just joined.
She's okay. There you go.
Are you seeing my present? Oh no, it's showing it's not showing the.
It's just slides.
Okay, let's do.
So that's even a few more minutes. We can get Naina to do hers first.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can stop.
Yeah, there you go.
Nana, do you want to go first? That's okay. If you do.
If
No,
you
you
need-
can continue. You can continue, Shachi.
Looks like it's
Naina
working now. Continue. Yeah, it's working.
So I'd gone through the different colors, and how color psychology affects different people differently. And then so with the research, so the interesting thing is the research on Leisha Dhyan specifically is a little bit more limited, but there was a lot of other research also out there on just color therapy and how color therapy with yoga and stuff can have an effect on people. So I added a little bit about that too. So in 2017, there was a randomized controlled trial with 30 patients that had chronic pain, and they did exposure to blue light therapy for 30 minutes, and that significantly reduced pain intensity and improved their quality of sleep compared to a control of no light and then red light therapy. And this suggests that blue light may also have an analgesic effect by modulating the pain pathways in the brain. And the other one was yellow-green glasses. It showed there was another study done in 2019 about the effects of wearing yellow-green glasses on the pain intensity and um, in patients who had chronic lower back pain. And this study, also a smaller study, but had 60 patients that were randomly assigned to either wear glasses or have a placebo one for 4 weeks. And the results showed that wearing the yellow-green glasses significantly reduced pain intensity and disability as compared to the placebo group, showing potential for chromotherapy in pain management. So it was interesting that color does have an effect on us, and there is some research behind that to prove that. In respects to Leishya Dhyan and meditation of psychic colors, there were experiments done with Rang Preksha, and that involved visualizing blue, yellow, and white lights on your forehead to attain different levels of consciousness, and that was found to treat a variety of diseases. And also from our Preksha textbooks, it showed that from 1983 to 85, there were over 60 various training camps that had over 7,000 attendees that practiced Preksha meditation and benefited in a variety of ways, including they were cured of mental tensions, hypertension, and other psychosomatic diseases. It has been found that doing yoga and meditation can improve health significantly. As an aid and add-on, it has been shown to reduce negative thinking bias, improve positive self-talk. There's seen improvements in self-confidence and self-acceptance, more adaptive thinking, and it has been shown that it can induce GABA, the gamma aminobutyric acid neurotransmitter in the brain, and that leads to improved sleep, decreased ruminations, and it promotes behavioral activation. So lots of great details. It has been shown overall that systemic research in this area with yoga in general, not just Leishya Dhyan, has been limited, and it's inadequate to have enough strong data to make any specific recommendations. But fortunately, over the last several years, there's been an explosion in the amount of research done, and a lot of it has made a great case for yoga and meditation being effective treatments in combination with medication and therapy for several conditions, including major depression, psychosis, and other stressors as well. And most studies that have used yoga interventions as an adjunct, that's what I was looking for. And it's been very, very helpful overall. Okay. So now if you were to do Leishya Dhyan, what is the application? How would you do it? First, with any meditation, you'd want to do the explanation that, your body, explain what you're doing and why you're doing it, explain how the body is enveloped by the aura, which undergoes change, explain why purifying it can be done and how it can be done. And then the description of the meditation, how we would use visualization of the colors, mental projections, projecting that color to incorporate our whole space, and using the power of autosuggestion to make changes in our behavior and attitude. And this is important because the perception of colors can lead to the purification of thoughts, and the leishyas can be replaced with us. If you had inauspicious leishyas, can be replaced with auspicious ones. So changing the malevolent ones to the benevolent ones. And we can succeed in creating a pure and powerful aura and thus proceed on our journey. And this perception of color is practiced with rhythmic breathing, can be very helpful in that. If it's done as the 4-step meditation that we've learned, the things you would do, you would consider making sure, the preconditioning, make sure people are in the right posture, as we've done Padmasana or the Padmasana, all of those, the right mudras, saying the mantras. So going through the meditation itself and then ending it on the proper term. So the 3rd step is the main one, the meditation of the psychic colors. And that we would do, you would direct individuals to visualize that color, visualize that everything in the air around them is that color, visualize them inhaling that color, focusing on a respective body part. So, for example, if first we did green like emerald, you'd focus on the heart as that's the center of bliss, and in the Anand Kendra, focus on that color and the radiating, and then you have to say the different auto suggestions as we've learned with each color. So, for like example, for the green one, you would say, my emotional pattern is being purified and my mind is being purged of all negative attitudes and such, and repeat for every color that you do this for. And that's kind of how you would do the Leshya Dhyan. Next, what are the benefits and why would you to doing Leshya Dhyan? Research has found that there are several different types of benefits. So in the physical space, it increases the immune system, it boosts the nervous system, it influences your endocrine system because there is a neuroendocrine pathway with Leshyas. It strengthens your digestive tract efficiency and it purifies the blood. Now, emotionally, there's also some benefits to this. It helps establish control over your emotions and it helps reduce violent tendencies, especially when you do the meditation focus on the white color, white as the full moon white. Next, there's also psychological and spiritual benefits. So psychologically, it can help improve memory, it helps alleviate depression, it helps promote happiness, decrease sleeplessness and tiredness, increases self-esteem and willpower, helps provide mental peace and harmony, enhances decision-making ability as well. And spiritually, it helps purify the aura and it helps develop your intuition power. So lots of great benefits to doing Leshya Dhyan, the meditation of psychic colors. And that covers everything I have, and those are my resources. Any questions, comments, concerns?
Thanks, Sachi, for good presentation. And you have compared the color therapy very well. And there can be some Reiki, some studies on Reiki. So that is also somehow connected with this this kind of meditation. But yes, color therapy is very close to it. And if some aura studies, if you could find that, you can include that one. So they can also support how Lesha meditation works. So thank you very much. Anybody has any question?
Yes, just one clarification, Sachi, on your slide where you list the 4 stages of meditation. Can we go back to that slide?
Yes. I'm just going to share it with like my notes this time, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
This one?
Yes, this one on the right side, the 4-step meditation.
Yes.
So the precondition is not part of the meditation. Maybe Samniji can correct me if I'm wrong.
You see, in 4-step meditation, what we do, sometimes we take a perception of breathing, sometimes we take a perception of psychic colors or psychic centers or contemplative meditations. So it means whenever you are starting any meditation, at least you have to relax first, and then you have to take internal trip, and then you have to focus on that particular meditation to go into deep. Okay, so that's why it may be it is in her mind, and that's why she has presented like this. So if you have noted in the book Preksha Trainer, that is the small one, the green one. So you will see that in third alternative step, you can shift to any meditation for going into deep. And that is perception of breathing or perception of psychic colors or perception of psychic centers or contemplative meditation. Okay. So yeah, It means all the meditations you are doing, at least you have to follow these two first steps, relaxation and internal trip, and then you can go into deeper meditation or particular meditation. Okay, and end with the either perception of what we say center of enlightenment. So that is to channelize the energy which is produced during the meditation in right direction or to give upward motion. So it is necessary that you have to meditate in the end of any meditation at the center of enlightenment, so that the heat which is generated during the meditation and the energy which is produced during meditation, they can be what we say pacified and properly channelized. Okay, so yeah, so if done as part of 4-step meditation.
Okay.
So in third step, you can take any just for the beginners, we suggest only perception of breathing as a third step. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes. But for the advanced, we can focus on perception of psychic center or color even.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Swamiji.
As third step.
And Sachi, can you go back to the Lesha, the color slide, 2 slides above?
The psychology one or the Leisha one?
Psychology one, yeah. So
Okay.
just to embellish your thought, when we do Lesha, the different colors have different meaning, right? If you go up 2 slides above,
Yes.
you quite rightly said, and then we have obviously dark and evil and what have you. But in the color, we don't have that. Why is that?
So I saw that and I thought it was interesting. But so the psychology of psychic colors, there are some my research articles at the end. Some of them do relate to the where I got that from, but it looks like um all of the research I found that related to the psychology of psychology of colors in this sense came more so from Western research, whereas the Leishia's color and the impact that has more so comes from Jain philosophy and like research done Indian journals and things of that nature. And I do think this is of note that so really the main one is just the blue one, the Neolatia, because gray and black didn't really come up in the psychology of colors anyways. But specifically here I wrote blue, but in the books they do say Neolatia as a dark blue and a black, and it's always a dark gray. So these are always referred to as dark colors, which I think resonates with me as well, because if you think about when we do the instructions for Alicia, at the end we do use blue as well there, but we always have to, the instructions in our manual also always say to describe it as a peacock blue and a bright blue, and all of the colors for this perception should always be very bright colors. So I wonder if that small change makes a significance of a bright blue versus the dark blue.
Maybe somebody can guide us on that, because I think when we look at the colors outside, they have different impact, which, as you said here,
Right.
and when it's Lesha is emanating from your karma and your adhyavasaya, right? So it's I think it's a different effect. Because
like
here you're right,
external.
blue is relaxing, and we, as you say, we do blue, and it's got a positivity. But when your Lesha is blue, I think it emanates from a negative place. So I don't know if somebody can enlighten me, but that is a little confusing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's based on your thought process. When you have negative thoughts, that's the color that is emanating, and it's more of your bhav, I think.
How do we neutralize it then?
But I think here one it is more on healing side, right? Means you emanate some particular color to heal some of your disease or something. So
So there are two types of colors. Each color, whether it is black or blue or red or any other. So fade colors and the bright colors. Okay. So bright blue is good for calmness of mind, even. Okay. And that's why on Namo Loe Sabba Sahunam, this mantra has blue color. It is recited in blue color, but the color should be very bright, not the fade one. The fade one is considered negative, while the bright one is considered positive. When we are talking about six glaciers based on the karmic effect, then we are talking about the blue, black, and the pigeon color as the fade colors and negative colors. Okay, so we should not focus on fade colors, but on if we are focusing on bright color, then it is considered very positive. For example, the advocates, they wear the black coat when they go uh, for uh, for law, so just to favor their client, and if he is right, or the just court justice, they wear the black color so that the negative effect or the wrong effect of anything should not come on them when they are doing justice with any right person. Okay, so the black color is considered positive in that sense if it is the bright. Clear? So the Namo Loe Sabba Savanam mantra sometimes recited in black color or blue color, but they should be bright ones. When we are talking about the Lasya, we are talking about the fade colors. Okay, and those colors have always negative effect. If the fade colors come in the aura, they show that there is something wrong inside. Okay, so that shows the effect of the mohani karma or the passions which are coming into action, and that's why someone is getting very angry or violent, or very much sexual, or very much angry. Okay, so these kind of feelings come when the fate colors come in the aura due to the karmic effect. Okay, so we have to be clear, as yes, it's happens that the color therapy is talking some positive effect about these colors, and we are talking about the negative effects. So it is because the fade colors are considered always negative, but the blue bright colors are considered very positive ones. So yes, when we are doing such studies, then it creates confusion in the mind of the beginners or newcomers. But we have to be careful when we are talking about anything, okay, which is against to our own concept sometimes. But it is not against, but we have to understand the minute differences in the color shades, even if it is fade or if it is bright. Okay, so we have to clearly mention so that the person who is a new one can easily understand.
So, Vandami, I would like to share one of the experience of the colors. Like when in Swade also, when you used to say, uh, focus on this color, some people say, oh, even though you say we cannot focus, just an example. So what I was trying to tell that no matter what color, yeah, it is important when you give instructions, but if as a sadhak, if you get engrossed in your sadhana, no matter what color, bring it to the bright blue color, no matter what it is, that will be sadhana, an achievement of goals.
Mhm. See, automatically when you go into deeper meditation and you are on the right path and you are growing into spirituality, you will see that very bright blue color, very bright green color, very bright golden color, they appear before you. Just I'm here in Daytona, and the lady who was seated just before this talk, she experiences all these very bright colors. Okay,
Yes.
every day she automatically these colors appear before her, and she goes into meditation. So these are very
Hello?
bright colors. So even the blue color, violet color, She's perceiving the violet color, she's perceiving the green color, yellow color, golden color, white color, but they are very bright colors. Okay, so into spirituality, when someone goes in deeper, then he or she visualizes very bright color, like the lighting colors. Okay, they are lighting, they are rays actually. They are not colors, just they are lighting. So
Yeah.
they are always bright ones.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay,
Thank you,
and
Vandana.
just I want to say that Dr. Devendra has worked with us on many on some projects of which we have conducted at FIU, and we have involved especially this Lesha meditation. Dr. Devendra, would you like to say something?
Yes, we the color meditation has very specific effect. We looked at just separately color and separately Mahapran Dhwani, and we combined the two. And the color meditation helped, your negativity, and it also helped your ability to remember numbers better. They're both slightly different effects. And then when we combine them, the effects were even much louder. So I think the benefits are certainly there. I think it's supported by this other research, and I think these are powerful techniques. They're powerful techniques. So the effects occurred just in 8 weeks. So these are very powerful techniques. In that group, that's all we did. We didn't even do any of the other complex things we're doing. We just kept it simple to just understand impact. Even then, we saw quite dramatic shifts in their functioning and ability to focus in their system. As Anita presented yesterday, cells were poised in a very much calmer setting, in a more resilient setting. So, these are very powerful techniques. I think it's good to understand. This is a good talk that you gave, and I think I'm glad we brought up this little difference in colors, which Samji explained well. So I think it now helps me understand even more. And as also your mind, your bhav at the time, I guess, is important, as Sheetal mentioned. So I think it's nothing is straightforward. I guess you have to have the right setting, environment. All these students in the projects were taught by Samiji, so you can see the bhav was right, and they were trained properly. So I think that's also important. But the study is quite remarkable, quite surprising. And then we did a similar study even in the underserved, or I would say the learning disabled students in college there, and they also showed improvement. So this is across board. They also showed improvement in many areas. So this isn't just normal. Even the learning disabled students improved.
Thank you very much.
I know.
Anybody has any question?
I
Any
just wanted to
suggestion?
make a comment, Sachi. This was an excellent presentation, and the colors, you actually put the colors together, and it really makes a lot of sense. I remember growing up in India, we always had uniforms in school, and the color of the uniform in my school was blue. And it really makes sense now. It brings calm and peace, and everybody's in a uniform way, which is less distracting compared to, schools in US. So I think this is definitely good research here that you presented. Thank you.
Even in the hospitals, the blue curtains are put because
Yes.
it discards the negativities, or you can say the foreign elements from the body. So that is this is also the reason why the blue curtains are put into hospital. Okay, so thank you very much, Shachi. Anybody has any other thing to say?
No, very good presentation.
Yeah, I feel that in the hospital, the people wear white color for healing. Also, it helps because they are dressed up in white. So there's a clarity and crystal clear vibes. So I think, yeah, this is really helpful. And then Anandra, you brought up very good point difference between Lesia, and which I understood more better today in that case. So I'm glad about that. And Sachi, you did a great presentation as well.
So now, Naina, would you like to give presentation?
Yes, Samniji. Hello, Samniji.
Yes.
Yes, I'm just trying to see if I can share. So hang on. So I have to share my screen, right?
Yes. Cyril, you can make.
Can you make me share my screen?
Naina, you are not right now sharing any screen.
No, but where do I share? Oh, here, share. Okay, share screen.
Yes.
Start broadcast.
No, you just this the share screen. Yeah, start broadcast.
Okay, can you see anything?
And you can also select optimize for video. Okay, so sometimes it will be give you.
Okay.
I don't know, but yeah.
Optimize for video.
Perfect.
Okay. Can you see my?
No, we are not able to
Okay,
see yours.
Now?
Yes.
Now, yes. Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone. So I was going to, my talk was on mudras, and I thought I'd just take a little twist on the mudras in making it a comparative study between mudras and acupressure. So the title of my talk is Bioelectric Bridges, a comparative analysis of mudras and acupressure. So I want to start by saying that both mudras and acupressure treat the body as an integrated electrical network. And there are specific nodes or acupressure points, or where the mudras or your fingers connect, that act as switches for the autonomic nervous system. And when you do this tactile stimulation, either by acupressure or by pressing as mudras, it modulates the neuroendocrine response. And what I'm really going to show in the talk is the bridge that happens between prana, or prana, which is energy, with the mudras or bioelectric neural signals, which they are doing with the acupressure or the chi, which is it's called. So just a background on mudras. You can call it the yoga of hands because it's mudra is a ritual hand gesture, which is used in yoga and Ayurveda, which helps to redirect energy. And mudra itself, as a definition, it means to seal. So when you're making any mudra, you're actually closing the circuit. It's based on the 5-element theory. Each finger is represents an element. So the thumb is fire, the index finger is air, the middle finger is space or ether, the ring finger is earth, and the little finger is water. And the mudra works, as I said, by closing a circuit of electromagnetic energy. Just to make it a little bit more clear with mudras, I know when we've spoken of mudras, we've talked about mudras where you actually touch your finger points together, but then you can also touch the back side of the finger and press it down with a thumb, or you can join your fingers together. So I wanted to just let you know that how these vary when they work on the energy. So it's either the energy is channeled, sealed, or balanced. So when you do the fingertips, it acts like switches. It actually closes the circuit. And it's used with meditation and when you're balancing elements. When you're pressing down on the back of the fingers, it acts like a valve. So you're actually containing it. So it's reducing it or grounding it. And when you're interlocking your fingers, it's actually as like an amplifier. It concentrates it. So you're gathering on strength and union. And you're actually, when you've interlocked, you're doing both the right and left side of your hemispheres together. So it's very powerful. Moving on to acupressure, they use the meridian system. And I'm not sure if my other slide's clear for the pictures. It looks a bit blurred on my end.
It is blur.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Is that better? Oh, now it's
Little
clear.
bit better.
Yes, that's much better.
Okay. So in acupressure, you're applying physical pressure to specific points, which are called acupoints, along the body meridians. And they're like high-speed transit lines, but they do follow major nervous bundles as well as facial planes. And in here, the slides are small, but you can see it's throughout the body. And they base it on the flow of chi, which is what they call vital energy. It translates into prana. It's the same thing. And by pressing on certain areas, it helps to clear blockages in the pathways that correlate both with the circulatory and the nervous system. So both of the mudras as well as the acupressure are simultaneously working in helping this circuit close. Now, where does the scientific basis come from this? So when we look at our brain, and if we look at it, there's this thing called the cortical homunculus. So if you see the picture of the man at the top, it's representing how the areas of our body are represented in the brain. And the hands and fingers occupy disproportionately large proportion in the area of the brain. So you're getting most of your sensory input from your hands. And that's why these mudras and acupressure are so powerful. When you do intentional finger positioning, it sends high frequency signals to the brain's sensory motor cortex. And that's what you see in the bottom picture. If you see at the top, you can see the whole hand at the top is showing the largest portion, as well as the tongue is also another area which is also represented, and the lips are represented large. And the mudra or acupressure stimulation stimulates specific neural pathways which will bypass stress response centers and trigger calming reflex. So that's what they have shown, that when you do these points, you're actually trying to trigger certain areas where you can help with calming of the internal body. So going to scientific studies, so they have shown, so I'll go through them separately. So the first one, which was done in 2025, it showed that the comparative study was published in PubMed, and it showed that the mudra-based practices like Gyan Mudra helped a lot with the parasympathetic system. And it increases heart rate variability, which is a biomarker of vagal tone. And that allows the body to recover from any stress. Similarly, when acupressure was done at certain points, and they specified PC6 and HTZ, in randomized control studies, showed also that would stabilize the heart rate and decrease pre-surgical anxiety. Another study showed that endorphin release with acupressure has been shown to, when you do it, it triggers endorphin release. And endorphins are like morphine, it helps pain. So it reduces cortisol levels, and it provides almost like a natural analgesic effect. Then there's another study on bioelectric magnetic energy, and there's research that shows that our body emits low levels of electromagnetic fields, and the mudras act as antennae or capacitors for this energy. So they are capturing this energy and directing it appropriately. And then also they've done some brain mapping and EEG studies, which have shown that you get increase in delta and theta waves, which are indicators of deep relaxation, and decrease in beta waves, which shows that you have less mental chatter, and anxiety. So mudras also increase coordination with the right and left hemispheres, which improves emotional regulation. So this is just a graph that shows you how the first study with the heart rate variability and vagal tone. So as the heart rate has the time of that you did the minutes of doing the mudra, or acupressure, it shows the heart rate variability increasing, which is the after the post mudra, and at the baseline, the baseline stress. So yes, the heart rate variability increases as you do the mudras or the acupressure. That's the green line. Now, what are the clinical applications? So it's been shown that in anxiety and insomnia, Gyan Mudra definitely helps. And there's a yin tang stimulation, which is third eye point, which also helps in a similar area. In digestive health, Apan Mudra, which we all know helps. And then there's an acupressure point, ST36, which also helps in digestive and digestive enzymes, and also provides metabolic grounding. For ADHD and autism, they found that proprioceptive feedback helps a lot. So the mudras provide low arousal and anchor for attention. So when there's a lot of sensory challenge for the children with autism, when they do these mudras, they're providing tactile feedback, and then it helps to make them more grounded and get less overcome with the sensory stimulation. Fine motor integration also has helped with precision requirements, microtherapy for fine motor control. When you're doing it in children that have difficulties with fine motor control, you have them do the mudras, and it engages the premotor cortex and somatosensory cortex to help them to get more better at the fine motor control. And lastly, the gate control theory, which is where you do acupressure points in certain areas, especially on the web between the thumb and the index finger. And it was helping to manage sensory overload, because you provide pressure in this area and then it competes with the sensory overloads, and it makes you calm provides a calming stimulus to the nervous system. So in conclusion, whilst the terminology differs, pran or chi, the biological outcome is similar, is providing balance in the body. Integration of these practices offers a non-invasive, cost-effective adjunct to conventional pediatric and adult medicine. So by mastering the hands, we master the feedback loop to the brain. And that's my conclusion. So any questions, comments?
Thank you, Dr. Naina. It was a really, you can say, research-oriented presentation and very scientific. You have done really very good study and very good comparison about the mudras and the acupressure. There is acupuncture and Suzhou. All these therapies are very connected. They are the same, you can say, in some sense. So you can aid those studies also on
Yes.
Suzhou therapy, on acupuncture therapy.
Or acupuncture.
Yeah, so they all
Yes.
are connected with each other, okay? So
I think everything is connected.
Yeah. So their methods are different, but they are working in the same, what we say, the same way.
Correct.
With the same purpose. Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
So it was a really very fascinating presentation. This is the way we have to present our things.
Mm.
This is the right way. Thank you. Okay, so anybody has any questions, please? You can ask Naina.
So now acupressure, you do put pressure, right? In mudras, we don't. We just connect. There's a little subtle differences like that.
Yes, so acupressure, there's actually acupoints. That way you're putting the pressure. And mudras, you have the fingertips. Like I said, there's either fingertips or the back of the fingers or interlocking the fingers. All of those are applying minimal pressure, you're right, but they are applying stimulation. And when you're doing acupressure, it's actually pressing down a little bit more firmly on those acupoints. So slight difference, but it follows a similar, I think, meridian pathways.
And I said the definition for mudra is to seal.
Yes. So
Where's,
closing a circuit, that's sealing, like sealing it.
I see.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
good information. And then also I learned something new is that the fingertips, the back of the hands, and the interlock. So the fingertips actually help with the
fingertips is what is the seal.
Is the
it's
seal.
Actually making closing the circuit, and it's actually helps you with any deficiencies that you have in providing it the connections. Whilst if you're doing the base, like when we do say we're doing the Vayu Mudra, the Varun Mudra, for which is the water control. When you're holding the fingers together, it's actually you're helping with increasing your water content in the body. But if you're doing the back, you're pressing down, you're actually, it's like a valve. So if you need to go bathroom and you can't go right now, if you do this, you're going to be able to control that. And this controls the water. So you have to excess water in the body, you press down on the fingers, it controls it. Same as this one, the Vayu, you press down on here, you're controlling the air. So when you have gastric air, it helps with that. So this is containment, and this is actually increasing. And when you interlock, so they did talk about there's a mudra, like, we did this Parivartan mudra.
Yes.
As we were just asking about what's the difference between doing this to this to this. So I was just looking it up, and this is what came up. That when you do this, you're actually joining the hands together. You're making increasing the energy from both sides, and it's actually the increase of energy in the system that happens there. And when we do, when we do this grounding, and you put with the fingers up, it's the steeple mudra.
Wow, this was nicely researched.
Even the Ashwini mudra helps for the bladder.
Ashwini mudra?
Yeah.
Which one is that again?
I think in that we
Ashwini,
do contraction
mudra?
with anal. With the anal
yes.
also,
You're holding it up.
Yeah.
Yes.
But very good presentation. You show. I was missing those figures in the picture, and you demonstrated. That was great. And I had one more question about acupressure. Difference. I'm trying to understand actually. So I think with the acupressure, you select certain points in your palms and press it. I think that's how we do. Correct.
Palms, there's a point here. One of the points, the ST something was down here. There's another point here. Different points that you press. Yes.
So we should have more literature on that also in the future to understand. I mean, I like a booklet. What I mean,
it's another whole study. It's
no, booklet. If you suggest a booklet, that's what I'm trying to tell. That it's a big, information. So if there is any book name for that, then you can share with us because it's a huge portion.
Went online, but maybe we can find some booklets and see.
Even Vandami may have it name, so we can refer to it. Yeah. Thank you. Very good presentation, Naina.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, I think.
Great presentation, Naina.
I think it's my bedtime. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning here, so.
Take care.
I was going to do it when I came back to Orlando, and then I thought, I'll be more jet lagged there than I am here. And now my slides were prepared, so I said, let me go ahead. Devinder's not doing his, so then I'll just take his place. But I think Narendra Bhai has to put his slot on when you're going to present, and Shivani, and I think they are the only two left that have to put a time. for presentation.
What we have to do? What subject I have to do presentation?
I think you're doing on the small muscles of the body.
I can help you tomorrow, Narendra. I have some time tomorrow afternoon. I'll help you.
Who is presenting tomorrow?
It's me, Naina.
You and I think we have 2 people every day. Is it just you?
I'm not sure who the other person is.
Okay, maybe. And we'll find out.
You have to slot me in somewhere. If not, maybe tomorrow I can do tomorrow, or slot me wherever
Maybe you
there
can
is
do
space.
tomorrow then, Devon. There's just 2 busy. Then Thursday, we want to try and finish by Thursday, right? So everybody else will be doing. Thursday was going to be me, Suraj, and Dineshbhai. So I've done mine. So Surabhai and Dineshbhai is doing Thursday. Wednesday was going to be Sheeta. Anita's already done hers. So yeah, you can do tomorrow, Devendra.
Yep, tomorrow's perfectly fine.
And then maybe I think Bina Ben is doing on Friday. Is what I have here. Okay.
Yes.
And then Narendra Bhai, maybe he can do, and Shivani, all 3 can do on Friday.
I think
Samriji
Friday
is doing-
Samriji is doing also.
From
I
New Jersey is
forgot her
doing on
name.
Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, better
So maybe
divide them
Narendra
up.
Bhai, if he's ready for Thursday, he can do Thursday. You can try on Thursday, see how it goes. All right then, everyone. I think Samniji is busy, so we can end.
Okay.
Thank you so much, both of you,
Thank you.
Naina and Shachi, for the wonderful
Yes,
presentation.
Sachi, that was a good presentation, Sachi.
Okay, thanks.
Excellent. We're learning it. Excellent presentations, both. Really, really good.
I think this is a good revision as well for everything.
Yeah, it's getting every day very professional now.
And more scientific research and more scientific contact
Yes.
that we can apply.
Yes.
So yeah, how we have to present, we can learn from Dr. Naina, Dr. Devendra. So yeah, they are giving very good presentation. She has done very good study. She has also given all the 8 meditations. Before starting the course, the Naina Ben was taught all these meditation, and she has prepared all the presentation of all the 8 main techniques of Praksha meditation. And she has presented very well after reading the booklets.
Just to you, Samniji. You're my only
That's why I said
audience.
that she should be in charge of this Praksha meditation course, because she knows everything about it.
That's true.
I don't think I know everything.
Yeah, hard work paid.
I'm still learning, Samniji.
Yeah, she picked up the spirit of all meditations. So
It's very
thank
interesting.
you for all the wonderful presentations. Rakesh, Shachi, Naina Ben, and Anita all have done very good effort for understanding and presenting the things. Thanks very
Thank you,
much.
Samniji.
Vandana, Samji.